We heard there are supplies in the area, but also uniforms. We watch each other's backs.
Okay, hey guys.
Fuck those guys.
I'm doing another video about The Last of Us Part 2, leaks, basically. Again, I won't spoil anything in this video.
Watch my
But
ass.
I just wanted to talk about, mainly the backlash that the leaks have gotten, and then Neil Druckmann's video that he posted, a couple days ago. So, I guess I'll talk about the Neil Druckmann thing first, actually. So, a couple days ago, he uploaded a video announcing that The Last of Us Part 2 has gone gold, meaning that, the game's finished and they're starting to, just distribute the copies for, like, discs and stuff. So, and that's good news for, the people that are excited for the game, but obviously, not that many people are excited for it. Or, there are, but they're just really hard to find. And, when I first saw the video, it was on Instagram. It was on Naughty Dog's page. And then I realized like an hour or two later that it was also uploaded to YouTube. And I just checked it out on there as well, just to rewatch it and to make sure it's the same thing. And I think it had like 8,000 likes and like 5,000 dislikes or something like that. Like, the dislikes are kind of catching up. And now, if you check today, I think it's at like 20,000 likes and like 40,000 dislikes. It's really, it's actually really sad, and that's kind of what I wanted to mention. Yeah, right now it's at 23,000 likes and 68,000 dislikes. And in case you haven't seen the video, you might be wondering why there are so many dislikes. But I guess if you have seen the video, you actually would be wondering the same thing, because there's no reason for the video to have 68,000 dislikes with only, 20,000 something likes. That's kind of crazy. Like, you would think that he would have like said something like really bad, or like, just like ruined something for someone in the video, or like, oh, it must have like said something bad about the fans or something. No, he didn't say anything bad at all. Like, there's nothing wrong in the whole video. The whole video was basically just him, like, yeah, like you said, like announcing that the game is going gold, and then saying how how much that like the team has worked on the game, and how that they would be celebrating if they're in the office, but they aren't because of the coronavirus. And he was just saying all these things, and a really nice thing that he said, which was actually really reassuring to me and a lot of other people, was that he said that that like no matter what you've heard, seen, or read about the leaks, there's nothing that does compare to actually playing the game. And it's a video game. You have to play it. You can't just listen to what other people say. And like, they put so much time and effort into the game, and I really thought about that, and I was like, yeah, you know what? Even though some things like in the leaks don't sound good, it's a Naughty Dog game, and no matter what, we all know that like Naughty Dog games are full of like a lot of detail and have a lot of effort put into them. Like I guess a lot of people are forgetting that Naughty Dog is like that, and I kind of did too, actually, because again, I went through like a day or two like phase where I was actually extremely like upset about the leaks, but then I thought about it and I kind of became more okay with them, because they weren't as bad as I thought they were. But yeah, so people are just kind of like, they're actually going on the video just to dislike it. Like, they might not even watch it. Like, so the YouTube channel Geeks and Gamers, the main guy that runs it, his name is Jeremy. He disliked the video, and I think his reasoning was just because he doesn't like Neil Druckmann. And I could understand if you don't like him, because I kind of did lose a little bit of respect for him over like the course of the last couple years, because of like some things that he's said or done with the games that he's been making. But like even if I didn't like him at all, I wouldn't dislike the video just because I don't like him, because that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is that the final game would be worth it, and he actually sounded like he was telling the truth. Like, and he actually was, you could tell that he actually was like, he really cared about what he was saying, and that like it was just really reassuring that he said that, and I just thought it was a really nice video. But again, so many people are just trying to, you know, hate the game to hate it, and it's actually really sad because, again, like you could dislike all of the leaks if you wanted to, but that doesn't just make the whole game awful. Like again, people are forgetting how good the actual game is gonna be. I guess I'm talking about the actual leaks now, but so, but yeah, like, people are just kind of forgetting about like what the rest of the game would be like, because the leaks, it's probably like I haven't seen all of them. I've seen like most of them, but not all of them. But from what I've seen, it's been like half an hour of footage. That's it, and I doubt it's more than an hour. And the whole game, I heard this on a YouTube video last night. I'm not sure if it's confirmed or not. Apparently, it is confirmed, but I didn't hear it from anyone else, so I'm not sure if this is true or not. But apparently, there's at least like 30 or 35 hours of the game, which is a really long game. Like Naughty Dog's never made a game that long, and I could easily see that being true. But even if it wasn't that long, and if it was like, you know, 14 hours, 15 hours, 19 hours, like just a little bit longer than their other games, like the first Last of Us, like an hour, not even an hour of leaks isn't even that bad. And considering that the game might be like over 30 hours, like that's like nothing almost. And yeah, you could say like we know all like the main like plot details and stuff, but you know, like some things you'll hear this a lot. People will say you need like the context for it, and yeah, that's true. You need to know like what leads up to those moments, and there's some things that are just completely false. Like there's things that are being said about the leaks that have been spreading like crazy, but they're not true at all. Because you could either kind of like do more research about it and look it up and find out that it's made up, or you can just find like you can. It's alright. It's hard to talk about without spoiling it, but you could just figure it out yourself. Like if you look closely at things, and like if you listen to what actual people from like a game tester came out or something a couple days ago and said a few things, and he basically proved like some of the things to be fake or like made up, like something about a character being like or doing something. Like there's just a couple things that aren't true at all, and then But yeah, so I guess since that's all I have to talk about. Actually, you know, alright, I think this part of the video I'll just talk about those things that aren't really true, and I'll talk about those like right now. So from here on to the end of the video, it's gonna be spoiler talk. I was thinking of just making this a completely different video, but I'll just fit here because there's not a lot I have to say. So spoilers now. So basically, Abby being transgender, that was sort of like made up to like get a lot of people like really like annoyed and pissed off. But again, we don't really know if that's true or not. Like if you look at the trailers where they're in it, and if you look at the leaked footage, there's nothing suggesting that she's transgender. Like the only thing is that she's like really muscular, but that's it. Like she's voiced and like mocapped by Laura Bailey, which is obviously a woman, and you know, she doesn't look like a guy in real life or in the game. And again, there's just nothing specifically saying that she's transgender. That just kind of came up out of nowhere. And then another thing was that apparently you play the whole second half of the game as Abby. That's also not true, according to again that game tester that started spewing out information a day ago or something. He mentioned how it's only about 4 hours that you play as Abby, like towards the end of the game, and he said that her chapters are a lot shorter than Ellie's. So, and again, like only 4 hours out of a 30-something hour game, like that's kind of not a lot at all. Like that's almost nothing. But you know, even hearing those news, people would still complain. People will still say, "Oh, well, it's 4 hours too many," or no, she looks transgender, even though she kind of doesn't at all. But I don't know. It's just people really like complaining about it for no reason. And then if you just like if you say, "Oh, actually that wasn't true," then they're gonna say, "Oh, well, it doesn't matter because blah 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 is still like this." Like they'll mention something about how their employees were treated poorly, which also kind of was not necessarily like alright. they were being worked really hard, but again, one of the workers came out and like was saying how like that wasn't a problem at all, and like that was completely like normal for them to work that hard. So again, people are just kind of like complaining about a lot of stuff for no reason. Again, even if you don't like the leaks, it's just you don't know a lot about the game yet. I mean, you know like what happens, but there's even things in the leaks that are left out. Like there's things like certain characters, they don't mention like everything yet, or like we don't know what happens to each and every character yet. So and yeah, and like it's just, I don't know, it's pretty sad that a lot of people are like complaining about this stuff, and they're just jumping to conclusions and trying to like dislike the game so much. And I'm telling you, when it comes out, it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be one of Naughty Dog's best games, probably. It's gonna be extremely well made. So yeah, that's all I had to say about the leaks. See you guys in my next video.